Practice. Hey guys, it's Mr. Galloway. Welcome to another day of drawing. Kind of like a Let's Play, except way not nearly as exciting. That's why I have to play it faster. I am going to be doing some more drawings today. We are going to specifically be doing drawings around the topic of spiders. So that's going to be fun. And then I'm actually going to try and use this time to also answer some of the questions you guys had. A couple of you guys had some questions in regards to how do you draw more realistically in Photoshop. The quick answer is practice. Yeah, there's really no other way through it. However, there are some tips and techniques that can help you in your practice and make you more efficient. So we're going to kind of tackle those today. Let's get into this. And yeah.
All right, so to get started, first I'm going to jump into my references. I'm going to get on Pinterest and just start looking up references of spiders. After that, I kind of just looked up different styles and tried to really figure out what differentiates something from looking cartoony and what differentiates something that looks more realistic. A key feature in all of this stuff is definitely shading and highlights. So I just took this black and white image of a spider and used it as an example just to kind of do a quick study to really see if I could push the values. And I focused on using black and white just because once you add color to the mix, you're making your drawing infinitely harder. Color is so hard. It's something that I still have issues with these days. It's something that I'm working on. Once I finished that, I took the image, I made it black and white. I just used an adjustment layer, so nothing too crazy there. And then I went and got the levels and kind of the levels adjustment, and I kind of made some of those whites a little bit whiter, those darks a little bit darker. Next, what I did was I went and went to my effects layer and added a blur, specifically a Gaussian blur. And what this did is this was setting me up so that I could block out all the colors on my spider. First, I did like a really loose sketch of just kind of the overall shape, and then I took my brush, and this is just the normal brush, nothing crazy, and I started blocking in color. I just used the eyedropper to take some of the color from the picture and then kind of blocked in where the color would go. Now, one thing that you want to pay attention to when you're blocking in color is, again, just making sure you're drawing what you see, not what you think you see. And then also taking into consideration the direction of the stroke that you're creating, because depending on the direction that you create, it'll create movement, and movement will suggest a specific shape. So you really want to pay attention to how you're putting in your brush strokes. Next, what I started to do is I finished up the large blocking. I just made my brush, I don't know, about half as, or maybe about a fourth the size, and started going in and adding more layers. A big key to drawing realistic is drawing in layers, and it's the stacking of these layers that's going to make it look more realistic. So I continued through this process, and after I felt like I got a little bit further, I made my brush a little bit smaller, and I would go through and basically continue to add more layers and just kind of add darks and lights, and making sure that I'm continuing to reference the picture. That's a huge thing. Can draw what you see, not what you think you see. And so after this, I put some final touches to it. I was just focusing on the face for this daily draw. And this was my final product. I think overall is really successful. I feel like more than anything, I learned a lot through it, and that's really what I want you guys to be doing as you're going through these daily draws. Learning, observing, and experimenting.
That's going to wrap up today's video. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next video.